Hello everyone, in this video let's talk about C programming. So before going to talk about the C programming, just I want to give some basic fundamental idea like what is meant by a computer, okay, what is a hardware, software, such type of definitions I am going to explain, okay. So first I am going to start from the definition of computer. Okay, so what is meant by a computer? A computer is a electronic device, okay, in which we are providing some data as an input, okay, that means which accepts data as an input. It is an electronic device which accepts data, right. Next, stores data. Next, process data and gives processed information or desired output. So this is the definition of computer. A computer is an electronic device which accepts data as an input. Next, stores data, process data and gives a desired output. That is the definition of computer. So suppose for example, if I want to perform addition of two numbers 2, 3. So here what the user will do? User means we who are working with the computer, we are all users, right. So first what the user will do? The user will provide input through the input devices like keyboard, like that, okay. So the user will give the input 2, 3, okay. Whenever the user enter the input, these values will be temporarily stored in RAM, okay. Once they are saved, those will be saved in the hard disk. Before that, whenever the user enters the value, those values will be temporarily stored in RAM, okay. So after accepting the data from the user, what it will do? It stores the data in the RAM temporarily, okay. And next, process the data. Processing means performing calculations, okay. So this will be done by the CPU, okay. CPU will process the data, it will perform calculations, that means arithmetic and logical calculations it will perform. Arithmetic and logical calculations will be performed by the processor, that is CPU. After that, we will get the desired output. Like here what I am going to do? I am performing, I want the addition of these two numbers. So my desired output is 5. Okay. So like this, the computer will perform the operations internally. So what is meant by a computer? It is an electronic device which accepts data, that is, accepts data means that is nothing but the input, stores the data, process the data and gives a desired output, that is the result. So how it accepts the data? From the user enters the value, okay. So that value will be stored temporarily in RAM and it performs calculations, that is both arithmetic and logical calculations, and next it will give the output, that is the desired output, okay. So this is the definition of the computer. So next one is, to work with the computer we need two components. If you want to work with the computer, we need two components. So what are those? Means hardware and second one is software, okay. Hardware and software, okay. These two are the components of the computer. So what is meant by hardware? Hardware is nothing but physical components of the computer. Physical components of a computer is hardware. So physical components means which we can touch, which we can feel, okay. We can touch and we can feel those components, those are called as physical components, Okay. So, what are the physical components of the computer? Keyboard, mouse, monitor, speakers, printers, all these, right? All these comes under physical components of the computer. Motherboard, all these comes under physical components. Okay. Next one is software. So, what is meant by software? Software means set of instructions or programs. Okay, set of instructions or programs that tells the computer what to do. Okay, so set of instructions or programs that tells the computer what to do is a software, right? So, we have two types of software. What are those? System software, and next one is application software. Okay, so under software we have two types, system software and second one is application software. So, what is meant by system software? What are the various examples and what is meant by application software? We have to see. Okay. So, before going to explain about those concepts, let me wipe the board and explain. Okay. So, first coming to system software. So, what is meant by system software? Software used to run the system. Software used to run the system is system software. So, what are the various examples of system software? Operating system, right? Operating system. Next one is compilers, interpreter, and next one is device drivers. All these comes under system software. Okay. So, what is meant by system software? The software used to run the system, that is called as a system software. So, all these comes under systems of software. These are all the examples for system software. So, first coming to operating system. So, what is meant by an operating system? Operating system is, it is an interface between user and the computer. Okay, between the user and between the computer, there will be an interface, that is the operating system. Okay, it works as a mediator between user and the computer. Okay, so we as an user, we are able to communicate with the computer with the help of this operating system. Okay, so we are communicating with the computer with the help of this operating system. So, without operating system, we can't communicate with the computer, and without operating system, it is not possible to create files, folders. Okay, we are going to create files and folders, right? So, with the operating system only we are going to do all these activities. Without operating system, it is not possible to create files or folders in your computer. Okay, so what are the various examples of operating systems? Windows 10, Windows 8, 7, Windows XP. Next one is Linux, Unix, Mac. All these are different types of operating systems, right? So, what is meant by an operating system? Operating system is an interface between user and the computer. It is an interface. Interface is nothing but it is a mediator. It acts as a mediator between user and the computer. Okay. So, without operating system, we can't communicate with the computer. Okay. So, what are the various examples? Various operating systems we are having? Windows 10, Windows 8, Windows 7. Windows 10 is the latest version, right? So, Windows XP, Linux, Unix, Mac, all these are various operating systems. Okay. So, next one is a compiler. So, this compiler and interpreter, we will call them as language translators. Language translators. Okay. So, why language translators are needed? Because see, here we are users. Okay. We know high level languages only. Okay. We know high level languages only. But computers know machine language. As computer is a machine, it knows only machine language. That means machine language is nothing but zeros and ones. Okay. So, computer knows machine language. So, we can't represent each and everything in zeros and ones. It is not possible for us. So, there should be some language translator which translates our user code to machine understandable code, okay, that is user language to machine understandable language, as well as machine understandable language to user understandable language. Okay, so for that purpose we need language translators. Okay, language translators are the translators which translates user understandable language to machine understandable language and vice versa. Okay, so we have compiler and interpreter to do this job. Okay, so what is meant by a compiler? So first of all, compiler is a language translator which translates a high level language to low level language and vice versa. Okay, so computer language is a low level language. So low level languages are nothing but a machine understandable language, that is zeros and ones binary code representation, as well as assembly language. Assembly language also comes under machine low level language. So assembly language means here we will use some instructions, some mnemonic form. Okay, some mnemonic form language, that means add, move, mov, and next subtract, like this we will use some instructions. Okay, so some instructions are understandable to the user, but some instructions are not understandable to the user. So this assembly language is not user friendly. Okay, so this machine language as well as this assembly language, these two comes under low level languages. So low level languages are computer friendly languages, not user friendly languages. Okay, it is a machine friendly language. What are those? Machine language, that is a binary format representation of data, and next one is assembly language, that is mnemonic forms. Okay, so mnemonic forms means we will use some instructions to write the code. Okay, that is not that much user friendly. So these two, machine language as well as assembly language, these two comes under low level languages. So high level languages are all user friendly languages. High level languages are all user friendly languages. Okay, that means we can easily understand and we can feel it easy to work on those. Okay, so user friendly languages are all high level languages. Okay, so the compiler is a language translator which translates high level languages to low level languages and low level languages to high level languages. Okay, so whatever may be the source code means nothing but source code. See, source code means user entered code. User written code or user entered code is a source code. Okay, and next one is machine code or object code. Machine code or object code is, this is system understandable code or computer understandable code is machine code or object code. That means here we will represent binary data, zeros and ones. Okay, so this compiler will convert the source code to the object code, that is machine code. Okay, so how it will turn, that means here I have written some program. This is my program, some 5 lines of code. So what the compiler will do means the total program, the entire program. Okay, this is the source code. Okay, that is the code is written by the user. The compiler will convert this entire code to object code. Okay, and next one is this compiler. Okay, it will check for the errors. Okay, it will display the errors to the user before execution. That means it will do the compilation process and it will display the errors to the users. Okay, after, if the compilation is success only, then only the user can perform execution. Okay, and here in compiler related programs the performance is faster. Okay, the speed is faster in compiler related programs. So coming to the interpreter, interpreter is same as compiler. Okay, but the only difference is here the compiler, it will compile the entire program. That means the object, the source code is converted into the object code, means it the compiler will completely, that means it will change the entire program into the object code. The compiler will convert the entire program into the object code, but the interpreter will do step by step execution. That means first step, okay, it will convert to the object code, and next again it will come to the second step. That means here in interpreted programs, both the compilation and execution will be done simultaneously. In compiler programs, first the compilation process is done. Once it is successful, then only execution will be done. But in interpreted programming languages, step by step execution will be done, and also both compilation as well as execution will be done simultaneously. So, because of this, the performance in interpreted programming languages is slow. Okay. So, the best example for compiler programs are C, C++, all this, Java. Okay. And the best example for interpreted programming languages is JavaScript, Python. Okay, all this comes under interpreted programming languages. Okay, so the compiler will convert the entire code, okay, entire source code to the machine code, and once it will check for the errors, okay, that is called as compilation. So, once the compilation is successful, then only it will execute the program. So, the compilation process in compiler programming languages, the performance is faster. But in interpreted programming languages, it is also a language translator just like compiler. It also converts high level languages to low level, and as well as low level languages to high level. Okay. So, but the difference between compiler and interpreter is in interpreted programming languages, step by step execution will be done, and both compilation as well as execution will be done simultaneously. So, because of this, what happens? It affects the performance of the program. Okay. So, the performance is slow in interpreted programming languages. Okay, the best examples for interpreted programming languages are JavaScript and Python. So, next coming to device drivers. So, device drivers, it is an interface between devices and operating system. Okay, it is an interface between devices and the operating system. Okay, so to work with any particular device, that device drive software is required. Okay, if you want to work with any particular device, that device drive software is required. Suppose for example, if I want to take printouts. So, if you want to take printouts, you need a printer, right? So, what you will do? You will connect a printer with the computer, right? So, just with the connection you can't take the printouts. So, you have to install printer device software in your computer. Okay, then only it is possible to take the printouts. Okay, so without device drivers, we can't communicate with those devices. Okay, so definitely by using device drive software, okay, it is possible to communicate with those devices. So, we have to install those device drive softwares to provide communication with those devices. Okay, so that's about device drivers. So, what is meant by system software? Software used to run the system. So, here what are the various examples? Operating systems, compilers, interpreters and device drivers. So, what is an operating system? It is an interface between user and the computer, right? So, on compiler and interpreter, these two are language translators. So, which translates low level languages to high level and high level to low level languages. Okay. So, next one is both are equal. So, this compiler and interpreter both are equal. Okay, but the difference between these two is compiler will convert the complete source code to the object code. Okay, once the compilation is successful, then only it will perform the execution. Okay, and next one is this the performance is high. That means the performance is faster, the speed is faster in compiler related programs. So, the best examples are C, C++ and Java. Okay. Next, coming to the interpreter, interpreter is here the step by step execution will be done by the interpreter. So, because of this, what happens, both compilation and as well as both execution will be done simultaneously in interpreted programming languages. So, because of this step by step execution, the performance will be affected. Okay. So, slow will be that means the speed will be slow in performance is slow in interpreted programming languages. So, the best examples are JavaScript and Python. Okay, the best example for interpreted programming languages are JavaScript and Python. Next one is device drivers. So device drivers are the interface between the devices and the operating system. Okay, so if you want to communicate with any particular device, that the device drive software is required. Okay, without device drives we cannot communicate with that particular devices. Okay, so that is about the device drivers. So these four comes under system software. Okay, so next one is application software. So next coming to the application software. So application software is used by the user to perform a specific task. Okay, so this application software, it according to the user requirement, he has to install this application software. Okay, so user does not interact directly with the system software, because the system software will be run in the background, but user will interact directly with the application software. Suppose for example, I want to work with C programming, so I have to install C programming software in my computer to work. Okay, similarly if I am going to work with Java, I want to install that particular software, that particular application software I have to install in my computer. Suppose if I want to work with MS PowerPoint, I want to install MS Office, right? Okay, similarly if I want to work with some Photoshop, I have to install that particular application software on my computer. Okay, so application software means depending upon the user requirement he has to install. Okay, so application software is used by the user to perform a particular specific task. Okay, to perform a specific task, this application software is used by the user. Okay, so if you want to work with specific application, I want to install that software in my computer and I want to make use of that software according to my requirement. Okay, but system software means, system software, it is the software used to run the system. Okay, so system software, as an user I do not interact directly with the system software, right, because it runs in the background, but as an user I will interact directly with the application software. Okay, so without the presence of system software we cannot install application software in our computer, right. So that is about the systems, that is about the application software. So what we have covered till now, what is meant by computer, what are the that means what are the various components of the computer, okay, what are those hardware and software. Under software we have learned about what is meant by system software and what is meant by an application software, right. Okay, so next we start with the definition of the C.